What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners and shout out to the point of view crew. We're going to kick this video off, man. No time to waste. I will say that yes, I have seen some intense, crazy things. And in hindsight, and looking back on it, I could say a lot of the stuff I've seen, if not all of it, was stuff that people have brought upon themselves. Except for yesterday, I seen something as recent as yesterday. Happened to me, and I didn't bring it upon myself and trip out on this. Tell me this ain't haunted. Tell me this ain't scary. I went to an ATM machine yesterday. I pulled $40 out. It gave me a 20 and a 5. A $5 bill at an ATM machine. There was no clerk. There was no customer. Just me. I let out like a startle, like, ah! And the clerk came running up. What happened? I said, it just gave me 25 bucks at the ATM. When I tried to get 40, he's like, nah. It doesn't work like that. And we'll kick out a 5. I was like, yeah, that's what I would have thought. I said, look, I know you're not the guy that fills the ATM. You're just the clerk. You're here on an hourly wage. You don't have the money to put in there. That's not your deal. I'm not asking you to refund the money to keep me down to 15 bucks I lost. I'm just asking you to believe me. I'm not crazy, am I? It gave me 25 bucks. I'm just saying. He's like, no, he wouldn't. Even when I told him, I just want you to agree with me that could have happened, man. I want your approval. No. Keep me the curb, man. Believe me out. Then I went next door to the bud store. The bud tender who I deal with every day, man. The weed store. They didn't even believe me. I was like, dude, I got 25 at ATM. Like, nah. But, bro, I didn't really get so upset about it. I got more confused than anything. But about a month ago, I went to the ATM machine and it gave me a free 20. I tried to get 20 out of it and it gave me 40. And it didn't come off because I only had 20 bucks in my account. I know it was a free 20. And so, wow. And I don't think I've been back since. So I think I went in there and tried to get some of its money back. I'm still up 5. Crazy though. Man, so look. The stories I tell you right now are things I've experienced. Except for this first story, I'm going to tell you about what the homeboy Axel told me. Rest in peace. Axel actually passed away at Calipatria State Prison. Level 4. 270 though. He's a heavy hitter from Bakersfield. He was a very heavy hitter. Solid individual. Love that dude. Did time with him a couple different times. Seen him on the street. Good dude. He's at Calipatria, and someone brings in some bunk heroin. Murks a bunch of people. A bunch of people do this stuff and die. So the cops had like a little meeting and told everybody, look, if you guys want to murk, if you guys want to whack the dude who brought in all this bunk stuff, we'll look the other way. Handle it. Do it. Crazy. Just the cop put a green light on somebody like, bro, we weren't even tripping. Get that dude. Because how you going to bring all this kind of stuff in? Anyways. Rest in peace, Axel. He told me this though, man. He said he'd hit a lick. He'd hit a lick with one of the homeboys. They needed to lay low. Cops out looking for them. This chick said you'd come by my pad. The chick was into some weird shit. As soon as they go to that pad, a lot of paranormal activity. Axel, I tried to pull out of him details. He didn't really tell me much except he said stuff was moving around. And doors were slamming. He said scared shit out of him. He says weird. He didn't really understand what was going on, but he had to stay there because he's hiding from the cops. They hit a lick and they're there. They need to post up. He said it was tripping him out. He had no explanation for it. But the worst part about it, his homeboy that was with him, was taking it personal, was thinking that Axel and that chick were doing that to him. He's like, hey, why are you disrespecting me? Why are you throwing something at me? But his shirt went flying across the room. Why are you guys slamming the door in there? Why are you guys flashing that bright light? All the little paranormal activities that were going on, this dude was thinking Axel was doing to him. He was feeling disrespected, mad. There were a couple fights. There was a lot of tension. They were getting into it. He was mad. And Axel was trying to keep cool, keep a level head, and keep in mind, run from the cops. I'm at a hideout. I need to chill out. I myself can't explain what's going on, but I definitely don't need homeboy mad at me. He's trying to say, kick back, dude, kick back. Finally, he's like, dude, we just need to leave. He calls another homeboy to come pick him up. Homeboy comes through, takes Axel and that dude. They even get in a fight when they leave the house right in front of the car. Before they got into the car, got a little scuffle. Dude almost came to pick him up. Almost said, I can't take you guys with me. Chill out. They get in. Axel riding shotgun. Other homeboy in the back seat. And of course the driver. It's dark. It's raining. And they're hauling ass. And they're playing that song. Thunder Kiss 65 by White Zombie. Blaring it. And all of a sudden Axel smells gunpowder. But he can't hear anything. The music's so loud. He looks back. Dude has shot himself in the back seat. Whatever it was in that house got into his head and drove him crazy and caused him to straight shoot himself in the back seat. Axel reached back there. He said the guy had a leather jacket on him. It caused him to be, and he was falling down. Axel wanted to pick him up. He had that leather jacket. It's caused him to be real stiff and like heavy. Axel was having trouble like pulling him up. Then they pulled over and just ditched the car. I'm thinking of this story. I wish I would have asked. I don't know if I did. Was it a stolen car? Was that homeboy's ride or what? They ditched it. Even if it was his ride, I'm sure it is. No, there was no like brain splatter. He said he couldn't even tell. Just one little entry thing. Probably from little 22. I don't know why they ditched the car. Ditched the car. He said the cops did come talk to him later, catch up with him, ask him like, whoa, what happened? But man, trip on that, bro. They're in a haunted house, this paranormal activity, and this dude's tripping out, and it got to him so much that I doubt that was the only cause. He must have had some underlying issues, some other things already going on, but damn, boom! And that's why if anyone knows Axel, they'll know that he has a Thunder Kiss 65 tattoo on his chest. So man, trip on that. But bro, me and my cousin, when we were real kicking up dust in Rixon, we would pressure people. We would use our numbers to our advantage, our numbers being 2. But 2 is better than 1 if you push up on somebody, especially if that 1 is a little like insecure and by themselves. And me and my cousin invade their space and like, what's up, fool? Can you hook us up? Break us off, kick us down. And we'd push up on people and kind of bully. And they would. And the funny thing about it is, too, my cousin's a straight puss. I used to tell him if he had heart, he'd be dangerous. 220 pounds, 6'2", cowardly lion, man, no heart. He ain't gonna kill nothing, he ain't gonna let nothing die. But they didn't know that. We'd pressure people. But this fool Casper, he was smart about it. What he did, he played me and my cousin against each other. We'd go to pressure him, and he'd say, oh, I only have enough for one of you guys. And he'd get me and my cousin fighting, but who's going to get only the one thing he has to spare? He's real good at turning me and my cousin against each other. Wow, clever. So we kind of quit messing with him. Plus, he's running that devil worship. You know Route 66? We had all these Route 66 stickers, and he made it say Route 666. And this is the grossest thing, too. This is what creeped me out. He would keep his methamphetamine inside of a Bible, Holy Bible. Go there and ask for him stuff. He'd open it, and there it'd be. Once I saw that, I just quit getting it from him. I believe you can bring a curse on yourself. And this fool absolutely did. No, he did. We really quit messing with him. But one day, we're kind of loaned to the curb. Me and my cousin wanted to go there and rob him. Plus, he pulled some hinky shit. He lived next door. He did something hinky. We're like, let's go flex. Let's go power play. Let's go pressure. Let's go push up on that fool. So we go over there, and some chick had just showed up. Right when we got there, showed up the same time we did, and gave me these like devil books, these magic books, and he was like flipping through them, and he's acting all weird. And she laid down on this couch, not laid down, but sat down on this couch and fell asleep. Was out. I'm talking out. I'm talking. She walks up, and 1 minute she's here you go, here's the book you want, and then she's out. And Casper's talking crap to her, and he's standing up, and there's a bed right here with a bench at the end of it, and I'm kind of sitting at the bench. This girl's on the couch right here. My cousin's standing up by the door, and Casper's just kind of like walking around. And he gets these firecrackers, and he starts throwing them at the girl. And some of them are even hitting her. And they're boom! Loud firecrackers, just throwing them one right after the other. Psh, and they're just not waking her up. It's kind of tripping me out. I'm looking at my cousin. I'm going to rob this dude. What are we going to do? And I'm looking at Casper. He's throwing these firecrackers at her. And all of a sudden, he gets this real super evil look on his face. It startled me. I started to stand up, and I saw it, and I sat back down. It's like, damn. And I bullshit you not. Now, Casper's a little dude, 5'5". My cousin's 6'2". My cousin was like standing behind him, off to the side by the door. Casper's in the little thing. He's throwing the firecrackers. I see his countenance change to like a supernatural evil. Like I said, I stood up, sat down, and that fool levitated. He rose up. I didn't see him rise up. All I saw was him be the same height as my cousin. When he's 5'5", my cousin's 6'2". I'm looking at him. Next thing I know, they're both eye level. And it tripped both of them out. It tripped my cousin out so bad that he grabbed him and tackled him and threw him down on the couch and fell on top of him. And the Casper fought to get away from my cousin and jumped up and went running outside. And when I seen his face, you ever heard the expression, seen a ghost? That fool looked like he'd seen a ghost. He was spooked. He didn't plan that. Whatever happened to him, something freaking lifted him up. And it wasn't like slowly rising. It was just he was there. I'm looking at him. Next thing I know, he's eye level with my cousin. And just like, bro. And he went running outside, and me and my cousin went running outside, and I was like, both of us were like, what? Couldn't even verbalize what just happened, what we just saw. I want to get out of there. And like I said, that girl had brought all those devil, demon, magic spell books. And then she just fell asleep. It was the weirdest thing. I didn't want to add this part, man. I told Jim this. I didn't want to add this part. When I first went there, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling anyway, it's not going to make sense to you. When I first went there, I went into he has a bathroom. And I'm busting a leak. And it's like messy. He's like has like dirty clothes and stuff. And I'm busting a leak. And a straight up mouse or a rat, some kind of rodent comes out from around these dirty clothes and it's standing right there. And I was like, ah! If anyone knows me, I'm scared of rodents. If you were to rob me, you'd be better off bringing like 2 mice in your hand, like this, than 2 guns. 2 guns, I don't... Pull that trigger, fool! I'm not getting cocky. I don't give a fizzug. But you come with 2 mice like this, break it off, Splinter. I'll give you anything you want. Whoa, get those away from me. This thing came out, and it looked me dead in the eye and hissed at me. Do mice, rats hiss? Dude, it challenged me. And I was like, damn, I was like, get away, get away. And then this fly drove by me. This fly drove by, and it wasn't even flying, dude. It was like a helicopter, like just hovering. Like it wasn't even moving. And I could have swore, bro, and I was sober. Not going to believe me. I told you I'm going to tell you this part. I could have swore the fly turned and looked its head at me and had like a weird type face. I don't know, man. Then I went over there, and that's when he started the firecrackers. That's when he left. It was crazy. And like I said, I was sober. We went over there to rob him. And my cousin took the curb. Remember, I told you we go there and try to pressure him. We don't want to break us off one of us, turn us on each other. So we just went over there to rob him. And bro, and you know what? That fool died at a young ass age. People who I know who did done weird shit and involved in weird shit, he died at a young ass age. I would say rest in peace, but I don't know him like that. Just rest in something. Oh boy, I hope he got right before he left. Because damn. Like 50-year-old kicked the bucket. Anyways, be that as it may. Dude, there's a girl I knew. Deep into Ouija. Deep into it when I met her. She had this name of this person she talked to. It was actually an initial. I'm not even going to say it. Kind of gets me nervous. And over the years, I've heard this initial. Someone's isolated and be like, said that initial. And it kind of like, it was taking me back. Like, what? Little hair on the back of my neck stand up. So she had this initial of an identity of someone speaking to the Ouija board. And also talking to Jim Morrison. If you can believe it or not. Hang on. Okay, yeah. Believe it or not. So, she's talking on this, and I would go, and the music she would listen to would be like, la 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 la, la la la, that opera stuff, that real weird, da na. You're like doing the, like, whoa, what kind of music is that? It would trip me out. I literally left a couple times. I took off because the music and the Ouija board and that just, no, man, and lights would flicker, weird stuff. I would go there. Her mom worked as a bartender, so I would go there and hang out with her until her mom get off work at 2 o'clock. I started to say, she's scared, but no, she wasn't scared. Scared was her middle name. She was into, like, fear. She didn't give a rip about nothing. Maybe scared of, like, burglars or someone breaking in. Definitely not scared of ghosts. She preferred it that way. Accepted them. She called them on, as it turns out. But I would stay there till her mom got off work at 2 o'clock. I would sleep on this couch, and, like, in my peripheral, off to the side, there's these 2 couches like this, and there's, like, a little end table, and there's a lamp. And on this lamp, the lamp was had a real dull light. Almost if you had a lamp and you threw like a shirt over it, and that'd be like a dull, it was like a real dull light. And then over here, by the TV, but usually the volume was low on it. So you had like TV going, this real dull lamp. It'd be like dark, it'd be like midnight, it'd be smoking weed, I'd crash out, or mom's would be home at 2. And a couple times I talked in my sleep and said something about that lamp. It's over there behind the lamp, I said. And talking in my sleep, woke myself up. Oh, sorry, embarrassed. I'm talking in my sleep. It's like, oh yeah, I said it's behind the lamp. And then another time I talked, oh yeah, over there, the lamp. Talked in my sleep. And she said, I didn't want to tell you this. Don't tell my mom I told you this. She'll get mad if I told you. But I'm going to show you something. Since you were talking in your sleep, talk about the lamp. Over there in that corner where that lamp at is, she said, it's ice cold over there. Or she goes, go over there. That's why my sister won't even come stay here. Her sister moved somewhere else. That's why we're getting ready to move out of here. Because, and my mom doesn't want to tell anybody because people get all, there's no answer for it. And I went over there to where that, the couches met and the lamp was, and it was ice freaking cold. If you were to sit in the couch and there's an end table and you use your book and you use that lamp to read, you'd definitely be feeling coldness. It dropped 10 degrees. And if you were to get all the way in that corner, step behind the table with the lamp, and you're just in the corner like this, you would need a straight up jacket. It tripped me out, bro. It tripped me. She's like, don't tell my mom. I'm like, I'm not going to tell anybody. I said, my therapist. Why? And there's no, and this is like back in the day before they had like zombie hunters and paranormal activity. So that type of shit just had to accept it. But I knew she was deep into Ouija, and it tripped me out that I talked about the lamp twice, talking in my sleep. Finally, they did move out. I didn't really see her that much, and they got a new house. I went and hung out with her one day, and it's kind of trippy in this house too. I'm like, you brought your special friend, I guess, huh? You didn't move that far away. Anyways, we're laying in her bed one night, and she had all these flowers. These flowers like this big, and they all be hanging from a string that was about this long. All these flowers, the string this long, the flower this long, and the flowers are all equal, and they're all about, I don't know, you're laying in bed and they're yay big, hanging down. I just gave the dimensions. You're looking at flowers though, a bunch of them. And she would lay there, and all of a sudden, I would be laying there next to her, and she'd go, look at him, look at him. They'd all start spinning in one direction. Boom, 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 boom. All of them to the left. Then stop. Go to the right. Stop again. And just do different designs, and just trip me the fizzuck out. Think about it. I'm with the girl late at night in her bed, her new house. I mean, we were watching a movie, and I literally got up and put my, where's my keys? Where's my keys? I got my shoes on. These boots were made for walking. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause those flowers are scaring me. I don't fucking know about you. Yeah, cause homeboy, that shit tripped me out, dog. Those flowers are just spinning all kinds of different directions, dog. And she's deep in that Ouija. With the music, la 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 la. Too much for me. I'm not built like that. I can't drugs. I can't quit talking to her. Bro, even though I've been homeless several times, never have I been without a home. I hope that makes sense. I've not had a house, but never have I had to sleep outside. Never have I had to push a shopping cart. Never been quite that far to the curb, though I've kind of been without a pad. I'll just be on a couch trip. I'll be staying at this pad or this pad. This homeboy would let me come kick it. Or maybe that homeboy would let me come kick it. Get money for a motel room. Just whatever. It always works out. I never felt homeless. I've even been without a car and without a pad. But still been like driving around, cruising around, having a roof over my head. Just because, I don't know, hanging out with people and people looking out. But one night, things did not go in my favor. I went to this bar called The Mint downtown. And this one dude, this punk rocker named Butch, rest in peace. He'd broken all these cars and did all this shit. And they thought it was me. We both had like a, I don't know, I guess we're kind of dressed the same, no tattoo, like punk rock style. And some people sound like, there he is. And a lot of people like, no, Butch did it. But it tripped me out, forced me to like, run to take cover. So people were tripping on me, I'm scanning on parole, I thought people were going to strike. Start calling the cops on me. Breaking into some cars and shit. So I'm like, what do I do? And I was with a handful of people, 3 or 4 people, they're homeless for real. They did sleep outside, and they said they had a couple of spots. One time they did show me this spot. For those of you in Bakersfield, it's off these railroad tracks, and it's behind the Tower Motel, and it's this big tree, and they brought all the branches down to the ground, and attached these branches to the ground, and it totally makes a covering. The wall is like, it's like a tree house on the ground, by yanking all the branches, dude. Nuts-a-rooski. And I went there, and there was like a bag of all these hamburgers, like AM, PM, old-ass hamburgers, and I was like, oh, food, and I was like maggots on 1,000 years old. Get rid of this shit! No one could be that homeless, being like this. Anyways, so I'm with a handful of people. They're homeless for real. Like, oh, we've been keeping an eye on this building. We want to break in this building. We're going to start staying there. It's like partially half destroyed. It had been burned up by fire. And like, we're going to break in there and do what homeless do and hang out and camp, whatever. So we broke in, and it was pitch black. It was dark. We had lighters and cigarettes. And we're over in this corner, and there's all kinds of, there's a window over here that we wanted to avoid. And the thing was like on a corner behind a building. It's like a little back little thing. Looked like it used to be like a barber shop or something. Some kind of little building. It was pretty much all emptied out. It wasn't a house. Didn't have enough rooms. Didn't have like a bathroom. It looked like some sort of shop. But it burned out, and we broke in. And we're keeping over here to this side of the building, because over that side of the building, there's a window. And every time cars drove by, you can see their headlights shining in. It's like, well, stay away from that. So we're all over here drinking back. I mean, I think we're taking shots of Jaeger, smoking cigarettes and weed. It's kind of bullshit. And it's nighttime, waiting for the sun to come up, go kick up dust. Then people start venturing over to that side, just looking like, what is it? And then they kind of go back there and notice there was no window back there. There was no window. All the lights that we seen, that we thought it was headlights coming through the window, was just naturally phenomenon, some kind of appearance. And I knew something was up right away, because every time I've been around, I told you guys before, I was running from the cops. And again, I broke into a different building that burned down. And right away, I smelled musty, wet. You feel a presence, and always like a smell's attached to it. And we went in that, broke in that thing that was burned down. I smelled that, like thick, musty, like wet dog. And it's like a presence, like a feeling, I could smell it. And I was like, kind of shut me out. I was like, I remember, and I'd already been in that situation. I ran from the cop on my bike, and I didn't break in this house, but I ended up in this house that had been burned down. And it was paranormal activity like a mopo, to where I ran out. And same smell, same situation. So I was already kind of tripped out, had my guard up, like, dang. Another burned down house, smelling like water, but it's bone dry in here. And I smell like wet, musty dog. But don't go over there, because there's a window, and now the headlights. And then, but no window, no headlights. We all saw that. We got the fizzuck out of there. Bro, all of us, one mind, one accord. As soon as we was like, there's no window over here, boom, no one said nothing to nobody. It was like, you almost, if you're not careful, you get trampled on. It wasn't like, hey, should we leave? That's creepy on. Because we sat there all night seeing headlights. And it wasn't no reflection. There's no mirror. There was a window, bro, and we could see the cars driving by. until there was not a window, no cars run by. Snarf, snarf, Yikaruski. Bro, I knew the girl. How come all the stories starting off with a girl? I knew this girl. Again, she was into some kind of like weird ass shit. She's the one that told me she's born with no eyes, and that's like we born no eyes. And then she showed me a baby picture of herself, and she had bandage. She was like a 2-month-old baby, like a baby, bandages around her things. And like, maybe we're like jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers in? I'm born without eyes. So I didn't even ask. She started going into the story, and I was like, la 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 la. I wonder what here. She would do some crazy stuff, and how she would work it, she would able to pull off some weird mind manipulation tricks. I've seen more than once. And she also was into burning candles and had little weird little spell magic books, tarot horoscopes. Always starts off with the small stuff. She would do some creepy stuff, and she would try to talk to me about it. And I'd just be like, oh, look, damn, I haven't seen Happy Days for a long time. This must be one of those old channels, huh? Happy Days. I would just try to shut her off, man, because I didn't want to hear it. And bro, she had look what her cats would do. She had a love seat. And it had like a 2-cushion thing. And her cat would sit down on this couch and it jammed both his arms up into the cushions and hang there. And she'd be like, meow. Did you hear what I said? There was a love seat. And the back of it was like 2 cushions that are joined together. Went up like this. And the cat would force its paws in between those 2 pillows to where it could hang. And just be like, meow. Haunted, bro. If that's not haunted, what is? Please tell me if that's not. I mean, she's like, you want a cat? I'm like, no. I want a cat. I want a dog. Get rid of that cat. Yikaruski. Meow. She would do the ultimate mind. I saw this guy. He came over. Little boy sounds like he's having a nightmare. Dog ever. He has them for some reason. I don't know why. I have to wake him up sometime. I don't know what it is. Anyways, this dude came over. He had his cigarettes sitting on a table. Little boy. This dude came over. He had his cigarettes sitting on the table. And he getting up and he's getting ready to go leave. And next to the table was like a piece of crumpled up paper. And he's like, all right, I'm going to take off, guys. And he's walking over to the table to grab his cigarettes. She goes, no! And that fool grabbed the crumpled up piece of paper and put it in his pocket and walked out. Not his cigarettes. I was like, it was weird to see because you know that he was going to go grab his cigarettes. She said no, and he grabbed he knew that crumpled up paper was not cigarettes. It's some kind of mind hokey pokey. I don't know, put your right foot in, take your right foot out, and get the physic out of the house. He put the crumpled up paper in his pocket. I seen it with another time. This guy, it was raining, he had a wet sweater, put it in the dryer for him, and then took it out, my jacket and brought him something, like nothing like his nice jacket. It was all messed up flannel thing, just put it on. Thank you. Just walked out. Bro, mind manipulation, control. Something, I don't know. I just call it how I see, man. Just facts. Just the news. It's calling like I see it. Hey, grab yourself a shirt, man. A Prison POV shirt. With some magnets, not allowed to do this. You will too. I guarantee you, if you got a magnet, you would sit around and do this. Why wouldn't you? Stickers. Shout out to Cinch Pinch. He actually sent me some more stickers. I'll be able to hook it up. I really do love the joiners, man. And I want to encourage you, if you could afford the $4 a month to join, you will be getting some perks. In fact, joiners, I can see not all of you guys have looked at the channel perk membership thing, behind the scenes with Splinters. Anyways, just heads up, check that out. So, man, more videos. Sometimes I put them out of the day, sometimes at night. Got another viewer choice coming up. Not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. But hey, just stay tapped in. Stay in touch. You can hit me up at the P.O. Box. I want to work a thing out where I can get some people talking to me on the phone. I want to do something on my phone number and make it available. I just think that'd be cool. Maybe incorporate it in. I mean, a lot of things planned. Shout out to the team. Shout out to my Vice President, Derek. And shout out to Green Eye Gemini. She has too many titles for me to sit and just run them all off. We wouldn't have enough time. Anyways. None of the most self-respect. I'm going to cut the string and let it fly. Peace.